I want to go across to Brajesh Kalappa first, because the manner in which Chief Minister Revanth Reddy and the Telangana police have acted has created a lot of sympathy amongst fans, amongst the Telugu cinema industry, where the consensus view is that this is a gross overreach by the Telangana police and the Revanth Reddy government. How do you justify the actions taken by the police against a superstar who says he didn't know there was a stampede, who says that it's not really his fault because he was there and it's the job of the police to provide protection and it cannot be blamed on him? So let's get started by getting Brajesh Kalappa to respond to critics who say this seems to be some kind of personal vendetta by the Chief Minister, who for some reason is irked with superstar Allu Arjun and is trying to take out his anger.
See, Rahul, the way I see it, and I sit, some 500 kilometers away from Hyderabad, so I'm not really fully aware of everything that has happened there. But I can tell you that the Chief Minister, the Director General of Police, and the Commissioner of Police of Hyderabad, it's really their responsibility to answer for deaths caused, whether by stampede or otherwise, right? So this is the first part. Second part is that if, howsoever high a person may be, the law is above him. I think this is the primary rule which ought not to be forgotten, which cannot be forgotten at all. And I think as far as acting against Mr. Arjun is concerned, I think the first thing was that one must, whether you like the decision or not, concede that it was a very tough decision to make, to act against a reigning superstar, a person whose movie has grossed over 1,000 crore in a matter of just days. Now, keeping all these facts in mind, I think the prevailing circumstances, which I think the police have also now released, videos of, how there were no crowds before this superstar's arrival, and so on and so forth. And I think this is something which the Chief Minister, Director General of Police and the Commissioner, they have to, not just for today or tomorrow, but set up a regime for all times as to how film stars conduct themselves and how stampedes and such other, unnatural phenomena can be contained.
Okay, because there's a larger debate here about whether a superstar can be blamed for a stampede that happens on his watch. Remember, in other parts of the country, there have been episodes where literally hundreds of people have died at a Godman's function, and the local authorities were blamed, organizers were blamed, but the Godman wasn't. In this case, they've gone after the superstar. Advaita Kala, I heard a previous comment from you, which seemed to suggest that you thought this was an overreach by the Revanth Reddy government and police. Now we've seen three police people, the DG, the Commissioner, we've seen the DCP, we've seen the ACP come out and say that Allu Arjun was informed. The ACP says he himself went to inform Allu Arjun about the fatality. The manager and the bodyguard didn't let him meet Allu Arjun, but he told them exactly what had happened and he asked them to leave. Despite that, the superstar insisted he wanted to stay and watch the movie and refused to go.
Well, he's denied that, and like you said, he didn't speak to him directly. He didn't have access to him in this particular instance. So this is a question of he said and he said, really. That's what it's about. In terms of the actual practice of going to see a movie in the movie hall by stars, it's very common, be it in Bollywood, be it in Tollywood or wherever you have it. You work on a film for years. I've done it myself as a writer. We're not as recognizable, of course, as movie stars. So that kind of situation doesn't arise with us. But the point I'm making is that this is quite normal and it happens very often. And they also asked for permission. So when they've asked for permission, it's been stamped by the ACP, then the responsibility does come on the police to ensure that this goes on smoothly. Because let's be honest here, I mean, if Allu Arjun walked into a new studio, people would flock around him. That's just the kind of superstar he is. I read a lot more into it. I think the chief minister has not made it easier for himself by going on this rampage of comments. He shouldn't comment one way or the other. If the law has to take its course, then political leaders should not be commenting. But he's been going on about it, and in some cases, Rahul, very petty things, like who all have come to meet him and why they've come to meet him. Now, people have personal relationships. That has nothing to do with the Stampede or the law. That has to do with personal equations. So I'm finding it very strange how the chief minister is personally responding, and it makes me think, it leads me to think that it's quite likely something personal here. This
You think that there's a personal animosity?
It's made 1,600 crores. No. Yes, there's something personal here. It's not as straightforward as just the law.
Now, let me ask Mr. Redana, the police officer from Telangana. This ultimately is about the police's responsibility. Stars go to watch films all the time. There's nothing new about that. We've seen a release from the theatre management saying that 2 days before the screening, they informed the Telangana police, which was stamped and received as well, that a star was coming. They didn't name Allu Arjun, but they said the star is coming and that they require security and bandobast. What else can the theatre management do? I mean, they've given the police a heads up. Why is the police trying to pin the blame of this stampede on the superstar?
One thing, whoever may be the person, you have to obey the law. Is it a common man or a superstar or somebody? Law is equal, even for everybody. So one thing is, if they informed him for the permission granting for the procession, they have not taken procession from the, for granting procession permission. So one thing. Secondly, if at all, if they have given the application, they ask, generally police ask, I am not talking about anything. Generally police ask for venue, will it accommodate how many people are expecting, who is the VIP, is he having any threats, is he having any personal security officers, and the venue can accommodate the persons, and how many people are expected, is there any one gate or two gates. When they grant the permission, they will all ask these questions. About that, they will also ask how many police personnel you need. For that, you have to pay money. Firstly, for getting permission from E-Seva, you are supposed to pay money. I am not talking about this incident. Generally, I am talking. So, for paying, after paying money, you have to send the application for the SHO. SHO can forward it to the Superintendent of Police or ACP. ACP will grant the permission. In return, he will take the permission and also given permission in return. Suppose if the theatre, not only theatre, any public place, if anybody wants police personnel to attend the function, for each constable they have to pay 65 rupees. For each head constable 78 or something like that. For each SI 105 or something like that. You have to pay challan money. Then only they will grant the permission. After granting the permission, they will ask for the venue and the stage, fitness certificate of the stage, gates, electricity department. If suppose you are having...
No, but if that wasn't done, Mr. Redana, isn't that the police's fault? One second, sir. The theatre management tells the police that a superstar will be coming in 48 hours. You are giving the rule book in terms of how much money needs to be paid. Isn't it then the job of the Telangana police to proactively tell the theatre management that this is what you need to do for us to be able to provide the kind of security that you require?
Theatre management is supposed to take the permission. No. See, suppose if you are having a procession, for that you have to take a special permission.
Okay, let me put that question to Sanjana Galvani. The point that the police officer makes is that they just gave a intimation of presence. You know, the fact that he would turn this into this big tamasha, big procession, road show, that wasn't informed to the police. And one of the police people who did that press conference say that he was told before the film got over that A, he should leave, he insisted on watching it till the end, B, that there'd been this death. Instead of condoling the death or being really sorry and apologetic about it, even after the film gets over and we can see those images, he comes out and does a full mini road show. How can that be okay? That just seems very inhuman.
So right now, whatever you're telling me is definitely not summing up for me, because these are allegations that he was. We have no verified information that was Allu Arjun informed that there's a death. There's no proof that is present. This is the news that is doing the rounds. And when it comes to him as a person or any superstar in Telangana or Andhra Pradesh, here, actors are worshipped even beyond God, and
Anywhere in
the
India,
crazy
anywhere in
crowd
India.
coming in and the crazy festive mood happening, the road show happening, it's all a very normal scenario. Were it be a politician in his place and this entire stampede
No,
would have
no, no,
happened.
no, no.
And 1 second, let me continue. If this entire stampede would have happened, I'm sure they wouldn't have arrested the politician. You know, here there's a 3-page permission which is in place. All the responsibilities are taken. Not only Allu Arjun, there's a permission for Allu Arjun, his film actress, and the entire unit who's going to come along to watch the film. There was a 3-page permission in place. Just because he's an actor, it's a very big fashion in the country. Okay, if you find an actor, make him a scapegoat, put him in the news and show him how powerful we are. It might be a political vendetta which is riding behind him, or it might be just the cops riding behind him. You know, may it be Aryan Khan, may it be so many other cases where we've seen, if you trap an actor into something, just rub him so hard to set an example out of it, irrespective of he's done the mistake or not done the mistake. Just gun him down so that you can have your collars up saying, okay, I booked Allu Arjun and I have done this case and I am so popular and I am so powerful. People just want to grind the influential people under the nail of law with unintentional problems, and it really destroys the name of the actor.
Okay.
The actor has done the particular problem, conducted it or not conducted, it's a later point of a thing, you know. But just grind the actor and kill his name and tarnish his name.